This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, could the Octagon become smoke-free? Advocates are keen, but business owners are concerned. A bunch of strangers get together for a series of challenges that are being touted as no walk in the park. And local primary and intermediate pupils head to a farm as part of a new approach to science. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. Several local healthcare professionals are campaigning to make the Octagon smoke-free. Their plan has some business owners concerned about losing customers, but advocates say it's all about the greater good.
Encouraging a smoke-free future. These three women are the core of Smoke-Free Otago, a group of health advocates hoping to create a better future for these children to inherit. In February, members of the group surveyed people in the Octagon about the possibility of banning smoking in the public area.
Well, we're just wanting to start a conversation, really. My colleagues surveyed business owners and managers in the Octagon and found that 73% of people were actually in favour of a smoke-free Octagon.
Scott says smoke-free environments help the 8 out of 10 smokers who want to quit the addictive habit. Health promotion specialist Sophie Carty of the Well South Primary Health Network is among the team who surveyed the publicans around the Octagon. She admits the response wasn't always favourable.
Yes, we did have some people who weren't supportive of it, but again they raised their concerns, and it was usually around a loss of business and the impact on the Octagon atmosphere. So it wasn't the fact that they didn't support smoke-free spaces for the population.
Carty says 13 people die in Aotearoa every day from smoking-related illnesses. The Smoke-Free Otago Coalition's next step is to lobby the Dunedin City Council with the aim of the nation being smoke-free by 2025. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
City councillors were evacuated from the Civic Centre this morning during their first day of annual plan deliberations. It was a planned trial evacuation involving firefighters from the Dunedin Central Station who responded at 11 a.m. The council is going through its proposed budgets for the next financial year following extensive community consultation. Councillors are deciding how best to allocate funds based on demand while trying to keep general rates below 3%. The deliberations are due to take several days. Just over 600 submissions were lodged on the plan, and cycleway development was the most popular topic among submitters. More than 24 strangers from all walks of life are banding together on the outskirts of the city to develop a range of skills. They're taking part in a yearly outdoor pursuits course at Berwick Lodge. But with challenging activities every day, it's no walk in the park.
Securing survival tactics. These adventurers are taking part in a local course that's been empowering people for 25 years.
It is an outdoor experience course which lasts for 8 days and encompasses everything from abseiling, tramping, mountain biking and night exercises, which we tend to keep under wraps, so it's a bit of a surprise when they come.
Participants are taught necessary skills early in the program before being challenged to utilise their new knowledge in a range of scenarios. The Berwick Outdoor Experience is offered to people 18 years and over from all walks of life.
We've had them from policemen to St John ambulance officers to Salvation Army, people coming off rehabilitation courses. And that's what makes the course work, when you mix people up. And they learn off each other. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses, so that's what makes it work. Yeah.
It's all about building skills associated with collaboration and teamwork, as well as gaining confidence and leadership know-how. Organisers say participants always leave the lodge with increased self-esteem.
And they may not realise that till 6 months later. We get lots of feedback later on rather than immediately after the course. Yeah.
There are 37 men and women currently going through the program on the outskirts of Dunedin. Up to 40 people can be accommodated at the lodge. They're challenged physically and mentally by many of the tasks.
Mountain biking, which some call mountain bike pushing, but that's why they're called push bikes, I guess. There's a few complaints about that because it's tough for people who are not used to it. That is a tough day.
The course is hosted by the Taieri Lions Club, but most participants are sponsored by workplaces or other organisations. All instructors volunteer their time, happy to be helping others on their path to self-discovery. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
The cost of dealing with asbestos at Dunedin Hospital has topped $1.3 million and is still rising. The Southern District Health Board revealed the latest figure in response to an Official Information Act request. It's significantly less than an estimate of more than $14 million last November. That was based on removing asbestos from ceilings in the Clinical Services building, but the board decided to contain it instead. The downside of the cheaper option is maintenance will be tricky and time-consuming, as thorough safety measures will be required. Several parts of the hospital were closed last October after asbestos was discovered. Science has come alive for more than 100 school pupils at Kaikorai Valley College. They were participating in an inaugural urban farm activity day funded by the Ministry of Education, and the school's head of science says it's a taste of the future.
Getting their hands dirty. More than 100 local primary and intermediate children have been launching into a unique educational event hosted at Kaikorai Valley College. The school's head of science says pupils revelled in the opportunity to learn outside the classroom.
Well, we're having an activity day focused on our urban farm, and a particular area of interest for us is science and technology and how that can be applied in agriculture. So we have different activities today that students are circulating through, and there are things like drones and bees and planting, growing food, and also composting and lots of other things too.
Macmillan says many of the pupils prepared ahead of time in their respective classes, ready to make the most of the government-funded initiative.
We've got the hands-on approach is doing really good things for them. They've come up with an inquiry question that they're trying to investigate about the farm, and if they get a chance, if they do that really well, they're going to get a chance to make that activity happen on the farm.
He's happy with the event's smooth running, which he's crediting to the many hours spent planning. Macmillan's also chuffed with the high level of community engagement, with guest educators participating from all walks of life. He says the inaugural Urban Farm Activity Day might not have happened without Ministry of Education funding.
Well, we're fortunate to have gained the Innovation Fund last year, and that's part of the Investing in Educational Success package from the Ministry of Education, and that's helping us facilitate this type of learning and make it happen. So without that, we could probably still be able to do something like this, but not at the scale that we are doing it at today.
Macmillan says the day's gone so well, he's hoping it will become an annual event. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, the city gets its own branch of a design and creativity group, and we'll find out why some of Dunedin's tertiary institutes are predicting a rise in student numbers.
Dog with Two Tails Cafe and Bar on Moray Place, proud supporters of New Zealand Music Month May 2016.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
It's on again. The Star Regent 24-hour book sale starts noon 10th June. Don't miss out!
For professional, reliable and approachable service where your dream kitchen design can become an affordable reality, contact the team at Kitchens for Less. Call 455 9973 or visit us online. New Zealand Beeswax Limited are the quintessential beeswax, woodware and beekeeping suppliers. From the amateur beekeeper to the commercial operator, New Zealand Beeswax Limited has the quantity to meet your needs. For great prices, great service New Zealand wide, contact New Zealand Beeswax Limited on 03 693 9189 or visit www.beeswax.co.nz.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Garage Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garage quality service. Garage Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
It has no arms, no legs, has a drill in its mouth up to 8 hours a day and still never complains. It's one of 72 mannequin torsos in our new $3.8 million dental simulation lab, the first and only facility of its kind in New Zealand. My name is Nikki Rose Coltolaro and this is my place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Tune in on Thursday for Motorsport Night on Dunedin Television.
Welcome back. Consumers are continuing to increase retail spending using electronic cards. Last month, $4.8 billion was spent in that way throughout the country. That's up $348 million from last April. The largest increase was in the hospitality industry, up $13 million. Overall expenditure rose in all but one of the major retail sectors, with particularly large increases in relation to fuel and vehicles. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day at 24 points. It's now at 6,909. The FTSE is down 11 points. And to the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is up against the yen, but we are down against the other currencies we follow. A new group has been established locally to support design students and foster creativity among professionals. The Design Kids Dunedin is an offshoot of a larger international organisation, and local founder Craig Scott joins us to talk about it. Good evening.
Good evening.
What is the Design Kids?
Well, the Design Kids is a community for designers, not necessarily graphic. We support everyone, and it started in 2009 in Melbourne by Frankie Ratford. And over the years it grew in Australia to the point where they established monthly sort of meet-up events within the cities. In 2015 it grew to New Zealand and events were established in Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch. They've also started to expand to the United States. Events are currently set up in LA, San Diego and Portland. And I was wondering, why isn't it in Dunedin?
Yes, so tell us about your decision to set one up here.
If I wasn't busy enough, I decided it'd be a fun wee project to sort of get on, so I emailed them and they were like, go ahead. Every city sort of uses the brand, but it's completely up to the hosts what they do.
So how often do members here meet?
We meet once a month on the first Tuesday of each month.
And what kind of things do you get up to?
Anything really, a bit sort of creative things. Our first event was a design tour of the Hākui Women of Kaitahu exhibition at Otago Museum. Then we had a pizza night, sort of just to mingle with each other. And the last event was a tour of Jack Hill's studio in George Street.
So what is the aim of this group?
The aim is just sort of to get students and professionals together, just to sort of foster that creativity and make connections.
How do you think students can benefit from being in this group?
Would totally have benefited when I was a student. It's just making that point of contact with, you sort of get separated as a student into your own wee sort of forum of doing your design things in school, but sort of branching out and getting that experience and opportunities for internships like that is quite hard.
Can you tell us about the sort of makeup of your members, sort of the age range and what they're involved in?
We've got quite a few students, but we've also got a lot of design professionals as well. A lot of people who exhibit works at Guild, which is a really great wee Dunedin community. So yeah, we've got quite a range.
And how many people are involved?
Currently we've got 111 in the group, but hoping that will grow because I know there's far more creative people in Dunedin out there.
And when did you set the group up?
Just in March, so that was our first event.
111's not a bad starting
No,
number.
it's really good.
Yeah. Tell us about the public competition that you're running.
This month we've got a wee project and we're opening a design competition. All the details are on our Facebook page with a Google Docs of the brief. It's essentially you can design anything, but it's going to be used for our next event.
And what will you do? So you're going to use it for your next event. This is the winning design.
Yes.
What is your next event?
So we're doing a collaboration with the print room, so John, Tom and Chris Brun, and they're going to do a screen printing workshop with us. And then we're going to use the winning design to each print a t-shirt.
How can people join the group if they like what they hear?
They can go onto our Facebook page, the Design Kids Dunedin, and hit join, and we'll gladly accept you in.
Super stuff, nice and easy. The Design Kids Dunedin local founder Craig Scott, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, recent changes could mean more tertiary students filling classrooms, and we take a look at the charitable aspect of one school's upcoming production.
Sir Bob Charles, New Zealand's greatest golfer and still going strong.
I'm sure that Sportsville was a contributing factor to my success and I'll continue to use it.
Sir Bob Charles Sportsville, a product so good he puts his name to it.
Well, I believe Sportsville helps maintain your quality of life.
Now being used by active men and women globally to support strength and mobility.
It works for me.
Sir Bob Charles Sportsville in the new all-black pack. Call now for the Sportsville special, 0800 502 402.
We're a 25 Moray Place, Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Mobility scooters Otago. Mobility scooters, new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers. Free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 Canudwood Street, opposite Westpac.
Finding that your grass seed just won't grow? Ready Lawn has the perfect solution for all those lawn woes. Call Ready Lawn today on 486 1819.
Tech Limited have been supplying beekeeping equipment and honey products in New Zealand for over 100 years. A specialist manufacturer of hiveware and plastic products for the beekeeping industry. They are the leading supplier of beekeeping equipment nationwide. For all your beekeeping needs, visit ecrotech.co.nz or call 0800 11 7766.
I understand now how economics can affect global warming.
And I found out how grass growth in New Zealand affects Fashion Week in Milan. I can even tell you how smartphone technology affects the survival of mountain gorillas.
Sorry.
Because at the Otago Business School, it's not just about the world of business, it's how business affects the world.
I'm Kim.
Michaela.
David. And this is our place in the world.
Take your place in the world. Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Dog with Two Tails Cafe and Bar on Moray Place. Proud supporters of New Zealand Music Month, May 2016.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times. The Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Welcome back. Staff at the city's tertiary campuses are confident about enticing more students into classrooms. Hundreds of prospective Scarfies have been exploring the different career options on offer locally, and recent changes could mean good news for the wider community.
Exploring the future. Prospective students have been exposing themselves to many of the city's tertiary options at Otago Polytechnic. It was just one institution taking part in a wider annual initiative.
Tertiary Open Day is really organised nationally to invite school leavers at the end of the year to come in, have a look at all the options that they've got in terms of courses and stuff, so it's our chance to promote all of the courses that OP offers.
Busloads of people from as far away as Te Anau and Invercargill travelled to Dunedin for the event. Hordes of interested potential students were garnering possibilities at the local Polytechnic and university campuses.
I think it just gives them a little taster of the day, you know, of what each course offers. In a prospectus, it's one page with a paragraph that sums up an entire year of learning, and coming to visit us, they just get that one-on-one personal perspective, which is what Polytechnic's all about, really.
Subjects being showcased ranged from photography and television to science and technology. Lecturers say it's still too early to know how enrolments are looking for next year, but they're confident about enticing plenty of people into classrooms.
Just kind of letting them know what we do with the courses, really, and how we try to tailor our courses for each individual need, and try and send students on their way with a real passion for the subject area that they're studying in.
The Polytechnic's just taken on courses previously run in the city by the now defunct Aoraki institution. Staff are expecting the change to strengthen local tertiary study options, in turn boosting the economy. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
Staff and pupils of a local high school are tackling one of the world's most well-known stories for their upcoming production. Kavanagh College is about to open the curtains on The Wizard of Oz, and audience members are being given the opportunity to help communities in need.
Creating Kansas. Pupils at Kavanagh College are going through their final rehearsals for the school's version of The Wizard of Oz. About 110 students of all ages are working on the production, which is proving to be a mammoth undertaking.
Wizard of Oz is a really challenging production. I think there's some real technical parts to this musical, particularly with the cyclone. So there's a twister that comes in and a house that has to spin and land on top of the witch. So there's a few issues surrounding movement of people and witches and monkeys flying.
Auditions began in February and rehearsals have been running 3 times a week since then. Organisers say pupils are getting a lot from being involved.
We have students involved with all aspects of it, so they do sound and lighting, as well as props and costumes, and then you have your actors and performers and dancers on top. So just for them to have experience in a less than professional show, but certainly in all aspects of it, and it's a really good opportunity for them to have a lot of learning. Yeah.
Staff say putting on productions is expensive and the school usually makes a loss in doing so. But this year's a little different, and the show may even generate support for people struggling outside the city.
We are taking a collection this time, just part of our special character where looking at the links between Fiji and cyclones and having a collection for Caritas while we're here. So
Producers are hoping audience members get a laugh from the show, which even features a real dog as Toto. They'll be staging 3 evening performances from tomorrow and a couple of matinees for contributing schools. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Local healthcare professionals are campaigning to make the Octagon smoke-free and have the support of the majority of business owners. More than 24 strangers from all walks of life are banding together to gain valuable skills at an outdoor pursuits course. And over 100 primary and intermediate pupils have been getting stuck into science at a government-funded urban farm day. And it's time now to find out what's going to be in Wednesday's Otago Daily Times. And Phil Somerville's with us once again. Good evening.
Yes, hi Rebecca. 3 pages of Fresh tomorrow. Rebecca Fox, a feature writer, goes op shopping with a group from the Otago Polytech Fashion School. So when you're going op shop, what you might look for. So that's interesting. Lots of recipes, of course, and Joan Bishop's got some that'll be very popular. That's what they call tray baking nowadays. It's with a big oven tray and some sausages and vegetables and stuff like that. So it's a great way to go. Sort of a one-pot cooking in a sense. On the news pages, we're looking at the police attitude to the after party balls for school balls. One this weekend's been cancelled, and we're looking at what's happening around the town on that front. And the annual plan meetings at the council continue, looking at a solution to the toilet woes. Apparently saved money in the Octagon, so there might be some money, pennies to be spent elsewhere. And the council's also looking at buying a little land in South Dunedin for possible expansion around the Gasworks Museum and for the community hub down there.
Oh, some positive news to read up on in tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Phil. Time now for local weather.
This 39 Dunedin News weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Emu Oil.
And here is today's city view. It's taken of the ocean from Tunnel Beach Car Park. Around the city at 3 o'clock today, 14 degrees in the central city, 17 at the Gardens with 18 for the Tyree. To the situation, a cold front is due tomorrow, and from Thursday a strong westerly air stream will blow cold fronts rapidly over the Tasman and over the country. Well, to the forecast for the main towns on the lower south for tomorrow, strong nor'westers with some rain for Invercargill, Gore and Te Anau, mostly fine in Alexandra with strong nor'westers and 15 degrees. Gusty nor'westers with rain for Queenstown, Wanaka and Twizel. High cloud for Oamaru with gusty nor'westers and 18 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, this patchy rain will clear, leaving us with 9 degrees. Tomorrow, high cloud and strong mild nor'westers. Some scattered rain is possible again during the evening, going for 16 degrees. And on Thursday, strong to near gale force nor'westers with rain spreading from the west during the afternoon and 15 degrees. And to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information. High tide tomorrow morning is at 7:25. Low tide follows at 2:15. And fishing conditions are not looking too flash tomorrow, so we recommend giving it a miss. And that's all from the team here at 39 Dunedin News for Tuesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand.